Here in America, we have some crappy healthcare. We do. And I don't know if people are confused about this, but braces are not always covered in dental insurance, or braces are not always covered in insurance, period. I don't know why people are going back and forth with this woman because she's talking about braces. And then on top of that, child support is not always going to be enough to cover a kid's day to day expenses and something like braces. Let's check out this woman's post. Bonnie loves food. She says, I'm seriously concerned about my baby daddy. Our son is starting braces treatment and uninsured medical expense. She knows, I'm sure she knows what her insurance covers. She says, so naturally, I reach out about covering half of the cost, as stated in our child support order. So she went to court and there is an order. He tells me, don't care, bye. That's what you get child support for. To clear up confusion, I sent a picture of the court order, and he responds with, you get child support for that. I'm seriously concerned because either you're bitter, don't care about your child, or just an absolute idiot. Why are people like this? This dude wants to get held in contempt of court because he doesn't want to look at the court order that he was ordered to pay. And the custodial parent will always have more expenses than the non custodial parent. And the fact that some of these people are perfectly fine with just not paying for the things that their own children needs. Then she says at the bottom, thank you everyone for replying. As I was venting into the void, I've learned some things and gained some wisdom from sharing this vulnerable moment. Now let's look at people weirdly arguing with this woman. This person named the Life Coach 40. Why are you a life coach and you are arguing with people like this? Anyways, it says braces are covered under insurance until the age of 18. Some extended until 21 if they get the braces close to the age of 18. I don't know of any insurance that doesn't cover braces for kids/teenagers. You just bothering that man. Leave him alone. Not all insurances cover braces. Some just cover like normal cleanings and fillings and that kind of thing. Why are people like this, especially someone calling themselves a life coach? Vani says, I don't think you know enough about insurance to speak on this matter because you're completely wrong. You're just here to bother me. Leave me alone. Confidently, Sosh says, right, I'm a total reward specialist and my company offers two dental plans. One, in fact, does not cover orthodontia while the other one does, and it costs more per paycheck. Lonnie says, you know the truth of the matter. He just coming in here trying to stir up some stuff. And then confidently, Sosh says, that man in contempt of court. Go on and file your papers. He doesn't value his freedom, obviously. Mother of Dragon says, it depends on your insurance. My dental only covers $1,000 maximum for orthodontics. My kids have all had treatment. My oldest son was $6,000 after insurance. My husband and I paid $163 a month until it was paid off. Some plans cover more, but I've yet to see one that covers all orthodontics. And then here's the life coach saying facts. She's trying to say that insurance doesn't cover braces at all. She's pestering that man for money. And then Mother of Dragon says, and some plans don't. If he's court ordered to pay half of those expenses and she has provided him with the proof to pay, he chooses not to, he can be held in contempt. Pay for your kids or don't have them. It's simple. It's simple. Stop trying to weasel out of every damn thing. Leah Rock says no. Unless there is a serious deformity, braces are seldom covered. D does says, I literally work for a dental insurance claim company. This is beyond incorrect. Talking to the Life Coach 40. MD Roll Tide says, you realize that not everyone has dental insurance, right? Heck, not everyone has health insurance. And then the Life Coach 40, still arguing, says, she said her insurance doesn't cover braces for kids, so she says she has insurance. Okay, so let's stop listening to this. It has to be a man arguing this, but that's not even necessarily the case because some women are arguing with this woman as well. Like this woman, traveling mama. Why is someone who is another mother arguing with the mother about expenses for her child? She says, I mean, braces aren't a necessity, they're a want. I'm pretty sure when they said uninsured medical expenses, they meant visit to the hospital, a visit to urgent care, a broken arm, not braces. But how do you know? I'm pretty sure it is not part of a court order. And why are people so willing to be so loud and wrong? What if some kid has some really jacked up teeth? That could jack up your mouth. That could jack up your health to have teeth like that. People can just be so loud and wrong. But that's the reason why Vonnie said, I mean, are you my child's doctor? Because unless you are, you have zero grounds to have an opinion on what was deemed medically necessary for my child, especially because I'm pretty sure orthodontics are considered necessary medical expenses. You might want to do a little research on that one, babe. Michelle at the top just says, sounds like he just told you he wants to be held in contempt of court for failing to follow a previous order. Sometimes you just can't fix stupid. Exactly. The lady Isabel says this, just go ahead and call your lawyer. Vonnie says, nailed it. Ah, we have a dental professional. As a dental professional for 16 years, braces are not a necessity in any case. You might want to do a little research on that one, babe. Like in any case, I don't get these people. I'm not a dental professional. And a dental professional, what does that even mean? Are you working at a desk? He's not This person is not saying that they're a dentist. They're a dental professional. Are you the person that cleans the teeth or like little swishes of water? What is a dental professional? Anyways, the fourth love for the love of Oreo says, well, some orthodontists definitely disagree. You can have jaw alignment issues, etc., and they tell you that braces are part of the process to fix that. Also, severely misaligned teeth can cause health problems. And then Kathy says, who the F just wants braces? And then Sweet Tooth Tina says, braces can definitely be a necessity. Honestly, some of the things that I see just solidify the point that the birth rate needs to plummet to hell. It's expensive to have children. Medical needs pop up. Food is expensive. Clothes are expensive. Everything is expensive. And then you think that the other parent should come together with you to, create a plan to cover all of these expenses. The people who live with the children pay the most, and asking the other person to cover part of these expenses shouldn't be bitterness, like this person is saying, this dude. A lot of bitter women on this thread because they pick wrong men to have children with. Once you go to court on these men, you are the enemy, the op, and you can get those men jailed. Some women do abuse child support or use the child as a weapon against the men because they are upset the men don't want them. No one will work with you once you send the law after them. Men need to stop having children with women that will use children as a weapon or don't want to be financially responsible. This is an extra expense to this woman's life. And then you have this dude that's saying this type of thing. Just pay your bills and take care of your kids. Naughty Gal says if a man goes to jail for failing to follow a court order, that's his fault. While women need to use more discernment about who they procreate with, it doesn't absolve a man of his responsibility towards his child. Here's Vonnie. Vonnie is responding to One Love Travel. She says, the women sharing their experiences here are using child support to financially cover their child's needs, attributed to the child's well being as child support is intended. So, what exactly are you referring to when you say women are abusing it? And how exactly do women utilize children as weapons? They ask for more money than they actually need for the child. They use different tactics when it comes to time sharing, drop offs or pickups, braces that can probably wait as mean to further terrorize the father. You do understand some mothers use the children as a tool to control the father. And she says, and you do know that some fathers weaponize their children and finances against the mother. It goes both ways. Focus on the child needs, not tactics or stereotypes. I'm going to end it with this one from this person named Monopoly saying, laughing hella effing hard again. You picking the plan that doesn't cover what you need for your child is on you. Stupidity at its finest. I see why they don't want anything to do with y'all. It's just so weird, but I'm going to end it there because why are these people arguing as if medical insurance, okay, sometimes is not complete, sometimes is way too expensive, And that means that the other person has to come in and do their part. I was kind of dumbfounded the way people are going back and forth with this woman simply because she vented on social media. This is social media. People talk about things that are going on in their lives and with their children, but this whole child support thing is something that we have got to consider because it is expensive to take care of children and they need things beyond simply food and a place to lay and all of that. It costs money, and if people are not prepared to actually cover the cost and not simply put that burden squarely on the shoulders of women, this is another reason why the birth rate needs to plummet to hell, because women are not here to carry the burden for everything. Anyways, I'm going to leave that one there. Now, this next part, the little bonus has nothing to do with braces or child support or anything. If you've been following Stickergate, this is just a little bit extra. So Rachel has now gone from being defiant, cutting off her comments and everything, to doing a 14-part apology. I started reading through some of this apology, and this woman really does need to give it a rest, but it just really goes to show that sometimes when people are wrong, they don't know how to properly apologize. They comfort other people. She's now kind of a victim. It's very, very strange. And some people really do have mental issues. Y'all, I'm going to explore this later on this morning. The 14-part apology. I just didn't want to do that first thing in the morning. So be aware, this is coming up. This will come up on my next video.